Oh, we're live. Well, it's time. Friday again. It's again Friday again. Let's see if it does. It has a notification if it goes live. We're trying mushroom coffee today. Coffee plus mushrooms, it's all the rage. If you haven't heard about coffee with mushrooms, where you been? I'm going to mix it up. Right by the sound thing, the old mic. Hey, Mike. Look at the mushrooms go. Now's your chance, people. Once the news starts, there's no time for a coffee. Unless you're mobile, I guess you could do the news plus coffee. But who wants to do this mobile? I suggest 3 screens, 4 screens. Crummers. Here we go. Doing news live. Yeah, take that. Take that, tasks. Take that, responsibilities right out the window. Not really. Just deferred while the news is on. We started late today. And look, I know that there were many factors involved, but I blame myself. But, sir, that's because it's your fault. Fair enough, troops. Astute as you are. I salute you. ER. We're going to read newses today. I'm Joe Christensen with Aqueducts Consulting. Are you scared off by the consulting part? Bored to tears already without even listening? And you're in good company because so's the rest of the world. Nobody wants a consulting group until you need a consulting group. Then it's great. What are we going to do? Okay, so, announcements. It's officially the start of your Labor Day weekend. That means some of you might be off already. And whereas or while or whitherfore or hitherto, you could be in bed sleeping or getting a jump on the day and running around and listening to the news with your headsets. You are instead oh, cool. You are instead listening to me. Why, oh, why? I have good music. Cicero says that if you have a good library and a garden, you are rich. And he would have known, one of the most well-spoken people in the whole world. ER. Well, we're going to read the news. We have to tune in. We got to go to LinkedIn. That's where the electricity happens. But we're doing announcements. The announcements are that one announcement is the news is on. The other announcement is that the summer's pretty much toast now that Labor Day weekend is here. Goodbye, summer. For us, it was the travel summer. We went to all states. And I had seen it. So every time somebody tells you about their travel log, you tend to drop off a little bit because you haven't gone. And then they're going to say some hot button places like this place or that place. And you're like, and there's a momentary blip of interest like, oh. But for us, it was a lot of fun. I hadn't really done that before. I didn't know what the open road looked like. traveling with my peeps, my posse. We had 3 whips and a wagon traveling around the United States. That's gone. Bye, summer. So many good memories and times. And then for you guys, I just could imagine that. Oh, so sad. You're sad. You're sad it's gone. What does this say? If you are asking, you. What does this other one say? Oh, yeah, we can show this one. Live from a Texas mesquite grove. That's true. Other announcements are that it's in my episode, it's trade show time. Just want everybody to buckle up. It's the time when you book travel in the summer or the spring or last minute in the fall, or you've even booked it last year. And this year you say, this year I'll go. They've advertised like crazy. The conference has put on a show last year and you missed it last year. And this year you say to yourself, I'll go. I'll book it early. I'll make the plans. I'll make the effort. I'm all in. Or I'm half in. And so in my world, that conference or trade show is the summit of all human activity. The Microsoft Dynamics Summit, the summit of all of your experiences up until now, the very top, the heights. And it is in Orlando, Florida, in the October range, and I shall drive down to it. I might have to fly this year, actually. I think it's our Oktoberfest here in town is right up against it, so I might have to fly, which will be very sad for me because I want to Airstream down now that I have an Airstream. I don't want to do hotels at all. But then again, that's where all you people will be, in the hotels. They're not going to be in the Airstream park. I wonder if there are any Airstreamers or RVers in that in the summit. Yeah. Usually that's synonymous with like, you don't want to hold any client meetings in your RV. Mark Zur says, oh, wait. No, I said we were going to do this week. We are going to show the live chat, show on stream. Mark Zur says summer in Australia is like December to March. That's pretty cool. So it's not summer at all for the Australians. Australians. So then a LinkedIn user, some random LinkedIn user, is actually Murray Fife, who says, "Hola, señor." I just say hi. 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 Oh, so it's read only. Oh, well. Hi, everybody. It's good to see you, Mark and Murray. I'll see those guys in the Orlando. The Orlando will be such a thing. One time in Orlando, just to say how crazy and wild and woolly it gets, I was hanging out with the Rise guys, RYSE. So for Steven Settle and Mark Ripsky. So hold on 1 second. I got to see this. Now. Rise Dynamics. Paul Ribsky. Duh. Oh, I was looking at Mark's name. Sorry, someone was ringing wrong in my ear. So Rise Technologies. So I was hanging out with those guys, and Steven had just taken like a fire hose exam, and he was bushed, but not Paul. The two of us. I suggested like around 10 or 11 p.m. that we go out for sushi, and we did sushi and rice wine, like all the sake stuff. Sake. Oh my gosh, was it good? And then we had to do a conference the next day. So, it was an epic trip. I love those guys. Those guys they're amazing. They're just growing and growing. They're just like a big blow up of a Microsoft partner. Way to go, guys, Stephen and Paul. My Friday isn't complete if I don't get the news fed to me. Who said that? It just said some rant. Literally on the screen, it says LinkedIn user. Let's see if this thing says summer in Australia. Oh, yeah. It's Murray. This little Murray. All right, we got to read the news. Wait, are we through announcements? We did Summit. Another announcement is that AI is coming for your job. You won't even stand a chance. Here's Rise Technologies. Everybody go do business with Rise Technologies. Oh my goodness gracious. Last Summit was in San Antonio, where I hung out with Michael O'Keefe, former aqueductor, now who's erstwhile, and now famous person, not famous, but he's a monster of a dynamics person. And I hung out with Dennis Coral from my oil and gas days. What a human being that guy is. I would just like, you ever want, that's the best going is to hang out with him. I think I don't know if I saw Steve Mordew. What am I doing? I'm not searching on anything. I got to read the news. Everybody leave me alone. All right, so add this site to the taskbar. No thanks. Day mini-me's. Oh no, they're ending the mini-me's. It's a good joke. No blackout. YouTube, Fox cut deal. Nobody knows what they're talking about. Meta rushes to launch new AI model. There's meta rushing. There's rushing, and then there's meta rushing. Frederick Satra says hello from the wings with a cool flag. You guys see that? I don't know if it's showing in the thing. Oh, it's so the comments are making everything small. I'll hide this so that you guys can get right to the news. But Frederick says hello. Hello, Frederick. We got to do another thing where like we review something. I want to review like in the worst way, the old agent world. I want to create an entire company from scratch, like based on like a sort of like a sci-fi theme, not sci-fi, but like fictional, and just like color it full of good stuff, like fancy. Oh wait, Murray Fife already did that. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna put it on do not disturb. I don't think there's a do not disturb for messaging. They're ending the mini-me's. There's meta rushing to launch a new AI model. AI, like they're paying the AI developers. I don't even know this about life right now. But while we commoners are at home, we're paying people billions of dollars to develop AI. It's just like the cutting edge right now will be considered like nearly nothing in the next 3 years. So to the commoner, the old common man, the normal standard human being, this is it seems excessive. Fictional. Frederick says maybe do a Dungeons and Dynamics thing. Oh my gosh. Murray's already beaten us all to the punch. Didn't you know that? Where's my chat? Yeah. Nobody knows. All right, so let's just dig in. Mary Johnston's been patiently waiting. Yeah, I know. Yeah, for Frederick and Murray, I think we should get together. We should we should take an industry and then just create a closed loop company that delivers a result, complete with BI reporting, dashboard, the whole thing. In my opinion, with this AI thing, I think the people who take advantage and will actually use the tech directly for their own thing will win. I think in a certain sense, a lot more than offering it as a service. I don't know. Offering it as a service is so low risk because you're helping all the other people run west, to dig gold. That's a lot to talk about, but we're not there. We're not here for that. We're here just to dig into the latest. Mary Johnston, research services and data collection expert, entrepreneur, expert out of Ogden, Utah. I just passed my PhD comprehensive exams at Utah University. Big milestone. Just passed my PhD comps. They call them the comps if you're doing a thing. Agent first. Frederick says agent first is how we ought to how to build. And then P.S. It's Murray says let's create a company based on pirates. It's heating up. The chat is heating up right now. There's a lot of heat. Yeah. It's gonna be cold this winter. It's coming in, but not in sunny Orlando, or Microsoft Dynamics Summit, something other Summit North America, I think is what they call it, for biz apps. And if you've been in IT and your mother-in-law or aunt thinks that you just work with computers, we know in our heart of hearts that we use computers to work on biz apps and data and reporting. Just saying the acronym ERP warms me old out. Big milestone, Utah State comps. What did she do comps in? This journey has been both challenging and rewarding. I'm highlighting again. And I'm thankful for everyone who has supported me along the way. Onward to the dissertation. This post made the international news. Congratulaciones. Felicidades. Felicidades. Congrats. LinkedIn for marketing. Learn how to generate. Wait, what is she getting her PhD in? Nobody knows. Research services and data. Mary. Any research strategist knows. Research services and data collection expert. I agree. I support you in whatever you're getting your dissertation and generate high quality leads at scale. All right. This ad doesn't really match, Doesn't look like business at all. Business. Looks like a transaction going on there. Rory DeGurdy, and he says random. So what do you do for a living? There's more chatting up going on, both in a row. Lenore Flower commented on this, else we would never know about it. Thanks, Lenore. Random. So what do you do for a living? Dutch recruiter whose strong suit isn't small talk. I sell people. Random. Parentheses. This guy doesn't look like a human trafficker, but then what do they look like? Do you ever make weird, funny, outrageous comments during small talk? Yeah. I love just casually volunteering that I throw rubber duckies at people at conferences. Everyone should have a rubber ducky in their back pocket. You see, that's more of that awkward small talk. Previous replies were hot and heavy. Holly Huffman, PMP, modernizing SUMB operations with blah, blah, blah. With. Lenore, I forgot my mullet duck. That was a good one, actually. Did you remember the mullet duck? Mullet duck made the news. It won the Algorithm Award of the Week. By the way, we have to tell Mary Johnston. And you won the Algo Rhythm Award. Rhythm. To win the Rhythm Award, you actually have to know how to spell rhythm. It's not common. You You got to have rhythm to spell rhythm. And you won the Algo Rhythm Award this week. The Not So Official LinkedIn. Take that. We're starting to put videos on it. In fact, while we read the news, I'm going to start dropping videos on these chains. That's sort of what I do. William Krager, founder at Lucid BI. My mouse just attacked me. Lucid BI, creator of the DAT. You can never see the whole thing. Data and AI consulting subscription service, helping you navigate the evolving world of data and analytics by sticking around forever. I'm sorry. That was my first response with the subscription model. All right, let's see. Let's give them a fair shot. What am I subscribing to? I just have to do pricing a lot, so yeah. After I've seen firsthand the challenges with the traditional model, the old one, team sizes that are large enough to bankrupt a buffet, eat too much, months of assessing scope that still leads to change orders and missed deadlines. There must be a better way, right? I'm stoked to finally share the details of Lucid, a new consulting as a service subscription. Lucid accelerates your time to analytics by leveraging agile development principles, focusing on tackling the backlog items you prioritize. Interested in learning more about Lucid? Check out the details below. No surprise or hidden costs. No long-term commitments. Subscriptions can be canceled at any time. That's nice. Actually, I'm seriously, that's nice. Support across the full data stack for less than the cost of a full-time report developer. What's included? Fabric workloads, semantic modeling, and Power BI data modeling, data integration, data engineering. Everybody likes it. It's popular. Unlimited requests. Backlogs are managed and prioritized by you or a member of your team. Strict no meeting policy unless required by Lucid developer. What does that mean? What's a no meeting policy? Well, Lucid BI is going to have to tell us all. No one does it better. Super excited for you. You're the best, Ursula. MEDCSM, Delivery Portfolio Program and Project Manager. Avi Deshpande, Field CDO. William Krager would love to connect and discuss. Sent you an invitation. I would also love to chat. Feel free to grab a slot on my calendar for an intro call. Awesome model, sir. Best of luck. Mr. Todd, thank you. This is solid. Thanks, man. Well, it seems like this is going well. How long ago was this? Was this recent? This is a year ago. What in the sweet... Oh. What's this? A new Lucid BI article, fresh off the press? So evidently you need variable libraries in Microsoft Fabric. Like... You made the news. Hooray. You can go subscribe for the cost, less than the cost, or just the cost of a BI developer or something. Where did everything go? What in the world? Did I just... Oh, Murray's there. What in the world? I don't recognize any of this. Because we scrolled down really fast. I probably hit my mousey wowsy. OpenAI, API, agents, learning how to do agents. I bet Keenan, the sweeper upper robot, knows how to do agents. Secret agent, man. The song that's sweeping the nation, Secret Agent Man. I'm going to actually have Grok or OpenAI or something or whatever it is, ChatGPT or Copilot write me. I want to adapt Secret, that song into Secret Agent Man. where it's AI agents. Congrats, Sarah D. Morgan. It's a shame that our short-lived creative collaboration was cut short by the requirement for money. After months concept and career ideas, I've decided to continue my 20 years in the staffing industry. I'm joining Babbage as a placement manager. If you know Babbage, you know their high level of white glove professionalism and traditional values. I'll continue to provide D365 as I did at Integral, and now my broader focus will be AI, IT, and Contech. What is Contech? What's Contech? What's Contech? Is that conference tech? Oh, construction. Obviously, I'm not in the business. Like, sir, you don't know the name for your own business? I am not in construction tech. But I've known and respected Tony Bashara, president of Babbage, TED Video Below for many years. He shared a high level of academia, shares a high level of academia through his books, TED Talks, podcast, teaching, and that takes the commodity transaction out of the placement business, inviting real conversation. I look forward to working together. Hurrah. 10 principles of loving your job and your career and your job. I echo that sentiment, and if history repeats itself, we'll find each other chatting again one day. Ever the entrepreneur, Godspeed. 5 fastest ships to your new endeavor. Salute. Jonathan Stipula. Everyone's quoting the new MIT study saying 95% of enterprise AI pilots fail. That part's true, but it misses the real story. I agree to this, actually. I have not read this quote, but I didn't like that. The where everybody was going with the 95% fail, because I do think that actually one of the things is that all the new stuff is going to fail. I think 95% is optimistic. I think you're just going to see failure across the board for a couple of years, and then it'll break out. So, the same study. This is what I thought. That's what I was saying. Shows that when companies work with AI first vendors, success rates jump to 67%. And that's intention, right? It's all about the intention. Are you going to dip your toe in a proof of concept? I met this great person for Wells Fargo on an airplane ride at Southwest Airlines. Now, if you're on an airplane and you start talking to somebody, your expectation and hope for that conversation, mainly because you're in an industry and nobody knows your industry and stuff, the hope is just that it turns out that both of you guys like pizza. It's like, there's not a high expectation for this. One time it was different, and I sat next to this person named, I think her name was Amrita. And she worked for Wells Fargo, asset division. I forget. It's asset lending or something, like heavy equipment lending. I don't know. We're sitting there talking, and she was talking about the concept of the proof of concept. And so she, she called them tombstones, internal like proofs of concept that died. And it's all about intention, right? So if the McKinsey people, if the PwC, if all these people show up and say, you got to just try it, then it's like the intention really isn't there. The commitment is not there. And an AI first vendor thing is a heavy commitment. It's like, no, we're doing this for sure. We're going to do this like as an AI first. So that's good. This gap says everything about, so Amrita was awesome. We just talked forever on that flight. I'm going to get her. So we're reading the news with Amrita next, the next few weeks or months. We're going to get on her schedule. I vow. I'm saying it publicly here. I'm so serious. I'm going to go to a second source. Yeah, let me zoom in on that. A little bit of hydrogen. Look at it bubble. You can see my face right through the bubbling. Yeah. This Gap says, well, yeah, Amrita. So we have to get Amrita on. I'm gonna message her out of nowhere. Amrita, we were on a Southwest flight together once, and we started. You told me about POC tombstones. Let's see if it works. She's gonna she'll come out of the woodwork, man. She's such a delight. You guys have to meet this person. She's gonna. I don't want to get her in trouble for her tombstones. I keep on highlighting. But we'll have her on. This Gap says everything about where professional services are headed. Here are my thoughts on why AI first firms will define the next decade. Oh my gosh, I'm reading this. John Stipula is going to be out in front of pretty much everything. He's the D365 Dynamics Con-ish person, and he sold his company, and now he's like up to his neck in tequila. I don't even know what's going on with that company, Tequila. 18 comments on this. Libby comes out of the woodwork to say the same is true in IT recruitment. AI first isn't about volume, it's about sharper matches, faster results, and real outcomes. Such an important nuance, says the CEO and co-founder at Auctor. It's author in Latin. William Sun, curious as you work with different platforms if your ecosystem is experiencing the same thing. William Sun says, Jonathan Stipula, from what we've seen so far, there are definitely nuances to it, but as a whole, the relationships and dynamics between vendor partners and end customers are not unique to particular ecosystems. Truth. Anyway. Priced around outcomes sounds obvious, but hardly implemented. Great read. Taking the risk seems daunting. You got to take the risk, man. The 100% risk right now is a 10 to 15% risk safe bet 2 years from now. Even 1 year, even 9 months from now. Well said, John. Spot on with the changing consulting model to outcomes. Changing the consulting model to outcomes. I actually have many more issues with the MIT report. Limited research, flawed methodology, says Sherrick Murdoff, board director, investor, and M&A advisor. Mergers and acquisitions seem more meant for headlines than real research, and the media bought the headlines without reading the report. 100% and sensationalism, which is surprising coming from MIT. MIT is getting a good brooming right now. This is like reading my daily thoughts. I could not agree more. This is yeah. I think that if you've been in the business long enough, there's a consensus right now where you observe, where a lot of people are absorbing like what AI can do, and they see some of the examples, and I think that if you've been in the market long enough and you hear something come in like that, and you know what has worked in the past, it's like full on adoption of the new thing, if the new thing's right, because people buy according to positioning. And so if I tell you I'm the local barber, but I'm also like, I run a bank down the road, I just won't stick in your mind the same way as the bank. There's a lot of FUD floating around, but I think in all, it's a great time to be solving these problems. What FUD is. Fed up donkeys. FUD. I've actually heard that before, but I don't know. FUD meaning fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Oh, that is what that meant. More importantly, the point of a pilot is to learn and prove feasibility, not go live. Promiscuous use of the semicolon. Actually, you could use no punctuation at all. The word not completely functions as the punctuation. You don't even need anything before it. People usually put stuff before it for effect or drama. I'm not saying that Tom Duran is a dramatic person, grammatically speaking. Just completely distracted by the ingredients on my Rise coffee. Moving along. Also, fail fast, fail often is a good prototyping option. ServiceNow GRC BCM process expert. Partner at Tequila Group, Michael McCannon, says, great insight, John. Oh, that's a shill bid. I think they work in the same thing. That doesn't mean that you can't congratulate your mates, your pals. Tim Harris, founder and CEO of TQ Starling, says, well said. And Jake Roeder says, comment. That's such a troll. They're buddies. I think they sold their company together and did a whole bunch of other stuff together. So good for them. Way to go, Mr. Stipula. Did we like this one? Like. And I'm going to read this. I'm not closing that. But to read it, I have to remember to read it. Mary Myers made the scene. She says, are you trying to automate your processes in BC? Hashtag Business Central without blowing your budget? Most of my students used the flows we built in class instead. What the S? Instead of having to hire a partner to do the work! Exclamation point. Save your seat today. Where can I get this goodness? Like. Mary, tell us all about it. I'm just so glad Mary's back in the fray. The fray, as I say. Summitnah.com /academy. Mary Myers is teaching there. She's an MVP. She's holding it down, yo. Well, I guzzle my drink. I was so excited about drinking the hydrogen goo. I drink h2tab.com because somebody said it was good for me, and that's enough for me to start changing my buying behaviors. Mel Robbins, oh my gosh, this is so hilarious. I've seen a lot of stuff by Mel Robbins online, and I thought the Mel was a dude. I'm an idiot. Again. The chat is positively blowing up. Live on LinkedIn. People are trying to check me out. They're trying to get a hold of me. PAX 8 evidently is enormous. Nobody knows what PAX 8 does. Attend the PAX 8 virtual launch briefing. Well, you could attend this to figure it out. Nobody knows what I think they're an MSP, managed service provider. Nobody knows, man. It's an economic model where you just like buy technology like in big bundles. It's like them and who the other people is where you get your license. You resell your licenses, and then all that went away because everybody just wants to buy Microsoft licenses directly. I don't think it really went away. Like they make like $50 billion every year, but their margin is like almost, it's like a 3-5% margin. It's really low margin, maybe even 1 to 2%. But if you get to $50 billion, that's a lot of money. You know, you guys know. Kurt Bueller likes this from NJ Park. Here's another sample landing page for Power BI apps with filters and RLS. You can streamline the UX. UX stands for user experience. Just some, I've had to look at like 15 words today, but I knew that one. With filters and record level security, row level security. Thanks for the idea, Colin Toom. Big shout out to David Bacci for the cards. Have a great weekend. It's a long weekend in the United States. It's Labor Day. We celebrate everybody who has labored. Joel Leidy celebrates the fact that, as Joseph Markovich says, blah, blah, blah. This is what announcement from Microsoft feel like now. It's just so much blah, blah, blah. This is like the Ebenezer Scrooge of the data and biz apps world. Just kidding. Sorry, Joseph Markovich. I promised to give my first impressions of things here on the news, and that was that. Maybe we'll upend that impression. Well, the coffee was fantastic. This morning, I had a client message me and ask why attachments weren't opening in new Outlook. Told her it was buggy Outlook and to just refresh the page, and then it worked. So it's about Microsoft stuff. Truly frustrating to see quality decline. The software in the old days was much better. Fix the endless bugs, listen to your customers, partners, and get your head out of your beep, bleep. Please. Thank you. I am not mad. Joe. That was good. Hilarious. That's pretty good. Joe Markovich. A fellow Joe. We all feel you. The frustrated masses. We're going to pile up on Microsoft. We'll end with TechStack. Meet TechStack, built for service-driven companies that want to grow smarter and faster and make better decisions. Know every customer. Deliver with less effort. Built on Microsoft and integrated with the tools your team uses every day. I love this app. By the way, we use this app. It's built for a target customer segment. It's really purpose-built for that. It's a subscription-based thing. They give you lots of support. You can just craft your whole model around it. It covers everything from attracting people from scratch all the way to closing the deals and delivering service. And it's got all the built-in measures. And this is so cool. If you're a Microsoft partner, check it out. That's it, folks. We did so much today. They ended the mini-me's. There's meta rushing. Another Joe was there's Altair Joe talking to Microsoft to get its act together. Mary Johnston got her comps done. Frederick and Murray stopped in. Mark stopped in the comments. I can't wait for you guys to have the best old Labor Day weekend in recorded history. If you want to come read the news with us, just hit me up. Just slide into my DMs. That's what you say when you're an influencer. I dropped into Matey's office today and I go, because I was late today, mainly due to music. Like when I get a hold of a good song, I can't let go. It doesn't let me go. I get harpooned by it. And then I'm listening to lots of other songs that remind me of that song. So I got two things that I found online that's really, really good. One is I didn't know that the guy from Dire Straits, the Mark Knopfler guy, was so dang good. But I found a thing, like a collab he did with Emmylou Harris. My gosh, America, is it good. And so I dropped into Matey's late, and I go, hey, I'm late today, but then again, I'm the talent. It was the absolute best, mainly because I described what I do here as talent. The second best part was that somehow I equated myself with the talent as the talent, like it was all caps or cap. You know the drill. You guys know. Oh my gosh, so many friends. I read everybody's thing. Like, it's so cool to know it. Touch base with everybody. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I loved all the comments by everybody. Where'd they go? Where are all the comments? Contact, very inviting, no concerns at all. Let's create a company based on pirates. Agent first, fictional. We already read all these. Everybody, thank yourselves for showing up, and we'll see you soon. This has been Joe with Joe Reads the News, and we shall see you soon. Goodbye. 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 Again, I'm going to play you out with chill music, down tempo. This music is horrible. How about chill hop?